And we're going to be talking about Hunted finale. I was really happy about how this finale went. This is Reality Room Podcast episode 61, and damn, what a way to end.
That's right, guys. Reality Room Podcast, Hunted finale. Oh man, it's what? It's only been a month and a half. Felt like we've been doing this for a while.
Short.
Yeah, it's pretty short. I think the season did very well. I think we'll likely see another season.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, let's get to what happened in the episode. So Chris,
go ahead. We had three teams left. We had English, Steven, Arif Ahmad, Lee, and Hilmar.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with the losing tribe. Wow.
Did you just say tribe?
Sorry.
Survivors next week, buddy. Survivors next week.
The commercial got me.
I'm so ready for next Wednesday.
So guys. So Arif and Ahmad were staying at Sam's place, and they're trying to track the phone. I believe they're trying to track the phone that they use in order to call people. And guess what? They find out where they are. There's a couple of hunters that are going after them. They're looking through the buildings. They're trying to figure out where they are, and they're trying to. Arif and Ahmad are trying to hide.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So they're in. I think they were at the. Were they at Sam's place, or did they leave and go to another place? I completely forgot.
They were still at Sam's place.
I think they went to another location. I think they did, but they got where they were going through Sam. I think it was Sam's contact. So yeah, they get to this area, right? The hunters do, and Arif and Ahmad, they're like just chilling basically, but they hear someone hopping over the fence, and they just jet right away. So this is a big area, but the hunters have a good plan of basically getting in there and basically preventing any escape through where they entered from. So they're basically they're doing very good tactics, very good maneuvers. I would think they had a car waiting just in case if they got away, which is very, very smart. So they hide in this building, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had in this building, and the hunt. There's how many hunters would you say there were?
Like 6 or 8.
Yeah, a good amount. I'd say a very good amount there, and they're just searching openly. This was actually a pretty long scene, and I'm glad to see that there's actually because there's always a chance here they can get out.
Yeah,
and that's the suspense. What did you feel?
I thought they might have been able to get out of there because they were hiding pretty well. The way they were where the shots were, it kind of seemed like they were almost able to get out. But then once they got the bottom of a little small hill, and the hunters were looking for them, it was just kind of sloppy at that point.
Right. Yeah, and they were in that building. They searched every building, and then they left. They got to the hill, like you just said, and they got caught. They got caught. And that's just the way it is. It's disappointing. I think we were all rooting. Did you say Did you say you thought they were going to win last time?
I thought they were going to make top 2 at least. I thought they would have been in the middle.
Okay. Yeah. It's it is what it is. They got pretty far.
Yeah.
So we can say that at least. So I guess we'll end it on that team, and they talked a little bit about the trust that people had for them, respecting their religious beliefs, all that good stuff, and it really does show that the people in this country, they are really willing to help you out,
Yeah.
And dude, you are looking so blurry right now.
Am I? Hold on.
Yeah, you are blurry as hell. But
oh wait, hold on.
Yes. So I guess
my microphone better.
Huh? I guess
because my microphone settings weren't.
Your mic settings are fine.
Okay.
I guess we'll jump onto our next team while Chris is working his stuff out. Let's go with English and Steven. So at this point, we didn't really see much of English or Steven. Wouldn't you say so, Chris?
No, not really. We didn't see them.
Yeah, in fact, this season we didn't really see them that much, I feel, at all. I feel like they didn't really have too much airtime, and I think the reason why, and I think I was talking about this a little bit last time, but before we get into the meat of what actually happened, but I think the reason why is because they pretty much stayed in one place at one time for long periods of time, and they didn't do a lot of strategic maneuvers, at least until the end. And let's get to that now. You're looking better, by the way, on the camera, at least on my end. So yeah, where did they start out, Chris, today?
So they stay at Rachel Stapleton's house, I believe, and they want to leave, so they walk towards a cornfield. Apparently, they're on a wanted poster. So
yeah. Before that, though, the hunters do find out that they were at that girl's house by bribing one of her friends with $500. Yeah. I thought that was hilarious. I didn't see anyone do that yet this season, like do any like bribes like that. So I thought that's a good strategy. I feel like it's a great way to extract information. Keep going.
Yeah. So they go to a stranger's house. They ask them, "Can we stay here?" They're like, "Yeah." And better yet, not only do they get to stay there, but one of the neighbors offers them their car, which is pretty good.
Yeah. So they get to stay there. The car came afterwards. So they stayed at this place. I believe it was for a decent amount of time because there was day 26 at that point. They sign onto a computer, which basically tracks their location, and then they end up in like this house, and they offer them this house after I think they drove a couple of dozen miles or so, or walked. I don't remember off the top of my head, but they did stay there, and yeah, they offer them their car. But while they were driving to that location in the first place,
they call Amber.
Yeah, she calls Amber. English calls Amber up, and Steven was like, "No, don't call her using the phone." And then she's like, "I already called her. It's already done." And she knows that's a mistake.
Yeah,
right. She knows that's a mistake. But what do they do with that later, Chris?
Well, I believe she goes and tells Amber to go to a certain location to pick her up, which is a decoy because they got one of the stranger's cars to drive her to the place that she needs to go to. So the hunters go to where Amber is, and it's funny because like Amber's in one car, and I think like one of the stranger's friends are in like the other car, and they're like, "Where is she?" We're not saying where she is. I don't know where she is. Where is she? I don't know.
and of course, I think you're on my end at least. I don't know if it's on everyone else's end. Your voice and camera were out of sync. It might have just been for me though. I don't know.
It's the same for me too.
Okay. Really? God damn it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna lower it to low. All right. So yeah, and basically what happens is they do what they have to do with this diversion technique. But basically, they have 3 steps that they have to do, and at this point, they already did one of them to get the $250,000. So let's talk a little bit about that because it's relevant for the next team as well. So the first step is to sign on to an online location, which basically tells you where the bank they have to go to is to withdraw the $250,000, and find out where the plane is to get them, I guess, out of there. So step 2 is to pick up the money from the bank, get there somehow, and step 3 is to on foot from the bank run over basically to their plane to get out of there. And then to me, this is incredible. To me, I saw this and I was like, there's no way they're gonna win. Either of them are gonna win with that set because they find out the location right when they get on the website for the first step, and they get their location at the second step. Mm-hmm. The hunters do. Like, well, what did you think when you first saw that?
That the hunters would be on their assholes the entire time.
Oh yeah.
And no, I don't like. Surprisingly, they did pretty well. I thought they would have been like hard to actually get out of that, but it really wasn't for them.
I mean, they were right there, though. You have to admit they were right there. But let's get to that a little bit more. So English and Steven, they do this diversion technique. The hunters pull up to the car, and like the strangers are just looking up at them like, what?
Yeah.
Like they're playing dumb. I thought it was so great. They were acting for like a few minutes, and then just like, do you know English and Stephen King? And she's like, I cannot divulge that information. You can tell how visibly upset he is. He's like, oh, God damn it. Oh, and they have the sister there too, and she doesn't know what the hell's going on. Oh, some great stuff. Okay, so talk a little bit about their trip to the bank.
So they go to the bank. They take the 250,000. It almost seemed like they were in the same place when it was edited. It was actually kind of funny. Like I thought like they were gonna be like English and Stefan would have been like talking like Lee and Hilmar, like, hey, we're on the run. Oh, we're on the run too. Let's go. It was really fucking funny, but
they were within miles of each other, I will say.
Yeah. So they have to fucking run all the way to their location, which I mean, Lee and Hilmar had a hard time. Like one of them was out of breath.
Yeah, we'll get to
that. They would have like caught up to them like really quickly, the hunters, but I guess not.
Yeah. I thought so too at that point. English and Stevens seemed pretty consistent with their running, but they did make it to the plane. They got in. It was one of those water. I forgot what the guy. Well, do you remember what the type of plane was called? One that goes out off of the water. I forgot the specific name of it, but the hunters figured out that that's basically what they were looking for here.
Seaplane.
What type of plane?
Seaplane.
Seaplane. Oh, dory. Okay, so yeah, seaplane, and they basically figure out what area it's in. But English and Steven make it to the plane first. They show up maybe like a few minutes later, and they're watching the plane. And English and Steven win $250,000.
I really did not expect them to win.
Hey, it's like I said last time, 5 out of 10, they had a shot.
Yeah.
They had a blank slate, and they did it. All right. Easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I wish
when they got on that fucking plane, and
I know
$250,000 they won.
Yeah, I know. It's exciting. I'm really happy for them.
And like the best part is like they actually physically have the $250,000.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure there's something. I'm sure that's more for like the show. Yeah. I'm sure they actually just get like a check or something. But
yeah. So Lee and Hilmar, they're on an airplane, right? They're on an airplane or a jet. Like they go on a jet. Like they finally get to the place and they go on a jet, right?
Well, we didn't talk about them at all yet.
Oh, there really wasn't much to talk about.
Yeah, there wasn't. Basically,
other than like them at the gas station.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that. So they were with their friends, and they basically signed on to the internet there for their step one. They took the car that they were already driving, I believe, which was some gray car, to a gas station. And the hunters came and they interviewed the friend, and he basically told them that they had this gray car and and which gas station they went to, so they were able to track their license plate.
Yeah,
so it didn't really do them much good though, because they weren't able to get up to them in time. But it did allow them to get like pretty close to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And step two, they drive out, they make it to their bank. I'm surprised that nothing else came of that license plate thing. Because we saw with David and Emily that license plate thing is key.
Yeah.
It can take you out very easily. And they had their little thing with their running that you mentioned before with, I believe it was Lee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, who was having a little trouble. And, they made it anyway. And this was just like at a standard airport with a standard plane. And I think the hunters were even closer with this one. Maybe like 2 minutes out. 2-3 minutes out.
Mm-hmm.
When the plane took off. So, yeah, I mean, what overall thoughts on the season, Chris?
I really liked it. I feel like we were always like on our shoes, like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? And, it's a very short series, but it works. It's a very short series that works. I like it. I like the different types of teams that they are, the strategy that they do, and it's really, really cool. I think they should keep it. I think they're going to make another season too. So
I think they should make another season. Was really happy about this one.
Mm-hmm.
I would say they might increase the days next time.
Yeah, make it harder.
Two people, one. I would say probably 30 days.
Yeah.
Like just 2 more days. Like it doesn't have to be that much. I would say 30 days is solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 28 days is 4 weeks. So just 2 more days. And I think that might just be the edge the Hunters need. Because I feel like if they just had that, I feel like they would have caught at least Lee and Hilmar.
Yeah.
This time around. But I don't who knows? It's not good to speculate.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah.
So 2 teams won. It's crazy.
I really did not think that was going to happen. I really thought it was just going to be one team. That was kind of a shocker. I was like, damn. Like once they said like English and Steven won, I really thought Lee and Hilmar were not going to make it.
No. That's the thing though. Like the way they edited it. The second they first won, English and Steven, I knew the other team was winning too. Yeah. It has to be like that because the way they did the edit. When one team wins, you don't have the last team lose.
Yeah, I guess.
You either do it at the same time and do like those cross, you do like one shot to another as they've like both running. One gets caught and one wins. Or you have one team lose and then the other win. So they were both winning just based on the way the edit was going.
Mm-hmm.
I see you, CBS. I see you.
So yeah, I mean that's about it for the series. It was really good. I really liked recapping these episodes with you, Paul. And
oh, thanks.
I mean, this was very entertaining to watch, and it definitely was something that I thought when we were first going to do it, be like one of those series, like it's just gonna be like some cheesy, whatever. But it ended up being really insightful.
I just want to give CBS All Access a shout out for showing me about 1 million ads of this show as I was catching up on Survivor weeks before it began, and basically giving me the idea to do this, to watch the show first off. So CBS All Access, you're doing your job with your ads, and to shoot these videos with my man Chris here with Reality Room Podcasts. So we will be doing next season if there is one, because I love this show and it is great. Hunters, you guys were amazing. Fantastic job. Clark.
Everyone
did great.
Yep.
Owen. Peyton. I mean, they all did. I can't name them all. There's so many. But you all did a great job. People on the run, the 9 teams, the fugitives. Favorite fugitive, Chris?
I really like David and Emily.
Yeah, I feel like David might come back, and we said that last time.
If they have another season where it's like people are coming back, then maybe, yeah.
Give this video a like down below if you think David Windicher should come back for another season.
He probably is going to come back.
Probably will.
So next Wednesday, we are starting Survivor.
That's right, guys. And if you guys have missed our boy Nate, well, get ready for next Wednesday, baby, because he's coming back. Wednesday night, we're doing it probably around the same time we do this, right when I get home. And gives us all enough time to watch.
We're going to be covering Survivor. We're going to be covering Big Brother Canada. I think that's 2 weeks from now. So
yep, 2 weeks. Expect a cast analysis sometime next week once the cast is released. The day it's released, I'll promise you that. The day the cast is released, Chris and
it's almost been a year since the very first video that we did was a Big Brother Canada cast analysis, and I can't believe it's been a year. So
the very first video we did, the very first video we did.
It's a crazy fucking 1 year. Jesus.
Got over 200 views that video. It was. It did. It then went steadily down from there. Now it's picking right back up the past 6 months.
Yep. Yeah. So guys, if you have any comments or things you want us to do, and let us know in the comments below.
And thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you next week. And we'll see you in 2 weeks if you watch Big Brother Canada, or if you just stuck around with the Hunted. See you next season for Hunted.
Yep. All right. Peace, guys.
Peace.